Hello, welcome to my round of 32 match against Mike Thicke. Gonna play some Dominion. This board of course has everything you'd want to build, and everything you'd want to avoid to not build. I mean, I'm gonna go with the urchin opening, I think. Try trash, try to get king's courts, try to get the best attack on the board, well, besides just mercenary for its trashing, is probably giant. Torture you use for draw, but it's not. I mean, the junkers, I guess if you get ahead in the junking while you're discard attacking them as well, potentially they might not clean up. But if they're clean and they can just trash the junk as it comes in, then the junkers won't be so good for their junking aspects, but they will, of course, draw cards. You could imagine getting like a jack. I don't really like the fortune teller, though. I guess it's not the worst thing. I think it'll possibly get in the way later, though. As soon as he starts flipping my urchins and my mercenaries, then I'll sing a different tune, probably. At some point, the fortune teller will essentially do nothing, more or less. Stables is not the greatest draw here, because you don't really want to hold treasures. You don't want to have a decent amount of pawns and urchins just to make your king's courts a little more robust. So I get collision here, and I was thinking there was a chance there to get the so he whiffs on that, which is nice. How to get to 7 is a bit of a challenge. You'll probably actually need a gold, or a big giant spike, I guess, would do it too. Or if you're really lucky and they don't murk you or urchin you one turn and you get to get a really nice draw, but that's not so likely. So I think I'm going to go with silver. It could have been a 4th urchin even, to be honest. Or starting in on pawns or something. He should take a 2nd mercenary, I think. That flip is fine. Of course, I don't want to draw the estate, but I'm going to. But I will have... I'm very likely to have mercenary in my next hand, though it could be bottom decked, in which case the fortune teller could flip me again. Actually couldn't, he didn't shuffle, never mind. So I will get to draw the mercenary here. Unfortunately, not trashing any estates, but did he get a 2nd? So he opted not to get the 2nd mercenary. This is, of course, a little bit of a sad draw, but what can you do? I think I will take a stables here. This turn is very likely to be a nothing turn, more or less. The stables is a little iffy, to be honest, but I think it's my best buy there. But we'll see. He's just tossing. See, now the fortune teller is a bit of a liability. Um, I don't have... I think card coin is safe, though I think it also isn't really likely to gain me much. I will take a second silver here. He's gonna torture me, or sorry, mercenary me. As far as my buys, there's not like anything super exciting that I want at 3. So I'm actually willing to try and top deck a mercenary here, or a stables or something. I'm possible to get 1 or 2, so just 1 in this case, but that's alright. I don't really need to make a buy. It's not a big deal if I don't make a buy. That of course is a little bit sad, but getting 1 estate trash in here at least. Hopefully he didn't find his mercenary. I wouldn't mind if he found his fortune at all. So that's not great. His fortune teller. He doesn't have a fortune. I'm pretty likely to draw my mercenary dead again, but what can you do? Hopefully he didn't hit 7. That would be bad. So this is alright. I guess I will go ahead and take another silver. I don't know. I mean, we've got to get to King's Court somehow. This is a nice, friendly fortune teller. Fairly friendly, anyway. He's got a bit of a stables lead, which I'm not... I guess the main thing I'm concerned about this stables is him getting to... So I could take coin with a pawn. Here I flipped my mercenary, so actually I'll prefer cards here. Didn't find a stables, but... if I had found the stables, I would have had a shot at getting to 7, or probably would have hit it because I've got a bunch of silvers down here in the bottom. Anyway, if he just urchins me, it's not so bad, but I think he probably is gonna mercenary me too, which is still not like the worst thing ever, but not a good thing. With 2 stables plays, he's almost certainly hitting province here. Or not province. I'm having a real tough time finding my words today. He's hitting King's Court. So this looks quite bad for me at this point, unless he just misplays the rest of the game. But we'll play it out at least pretty far, because there's a chance he greens early or something. I know there's a mercenary here in these remaining cards, so I'm just gonna go with this. I guess I could have kept the mercenary to trash it, but see if he's playing on pawn, yeah, that's reasonable. So I'm not sure exactly how much money he'll have here. I would certainly, in his position, think about. Well, like I said, I don't know. I mean, he should be at least able to manage king court pawn, I think, for his buys, and possibly giant king's court. I don't know if he has that much, so we'll see. Feels like he could have got another buy out of there, maybe be useful. I would probably go with the giant myself. I think I quite like the giant. I agree with his buys. I shouldn't say will, I ought to be able to hit king's court this time. Though I suppose I can still fail at this point. Maybe not. I think there probably actually was still a draw where I whiff it, but too bad he didn't dud there. He could have. It's a little bit of an interesting keep. Because he certainly could have dudded there. Oh, he did on one of them. Okay. See, he's buying a silver. This not a great draw. Still not a great draw. This is pretty good though, to find with other silver. I don't know if I have any coppers left. Just the one. He's got this again, which can just backfire. It didn't, but I guess he added a silver, so maybe it's not so likely to. I would much rather have a pawn than a stables if he does mercenary me. The fortunate thing is that the king's court's in my hand, so the giant can't hit it, though it can still hit some stuff. Silvers would actually hurt a decent amount. Probably need to switch to some other form of draw. I'm not. I mean, I would say one problem with the tortures is that they build up. I mean, you can. Well, I don't know if you'll be able to manage it. The problem with the tortures is that you give them mercenary fuel. So I lose an urchin, and I toss a pawn. The pawn toss is fine, but losing the urchin is not good. There go the silvers. It's still so much money. Did he really? Oh, I see. He didn't king a pawn. I mean, he might want to go king's court pawn here. He can do double king's court too. This has a reasonable shot of just like dying. I guess not that good of a shot of dying. So this one is not so clear to me, since I didn't get enough money. Well, I got as much money as I could, really. I guess I could have trashed this stables instead of a copper. I wonder if he'll let me. Oops, I gotta go back further. I went to the wrong. I don't know if the coppers are any good, to be honest. Buying coppers. I can draw it if I find, not this hand, if I find stables, but that was probably too greedy. Probably going to take some hard hits here from the giant. Why did he take action? You shouldn't need action here, I don't think. Unless he... I mean, he doesn't have 5 terminals he's still playing, right? So you can just... Maybe he does. Maybe I'm confused, but... Two buys has got to be too low. Yeah, geez, 7. There's no way. He did not need actions from the pawn, and he did need buy. Like, that's crazy. Because you're just, like, the cards were fine, of course, if he needed to draw. but the pawn choices were very strange. To only have 2 buys here. I mean, he's still gonna crush me. Let's not. We shouldn't pretend otherwise. But he's already. Yeah, that was just weird choices there. I kind of want to get a torture. Though I bought all those coppers so that my king's courts, I guess, would work. So maybe I don't need that. Probably I'm super sunk here. I don't know if he can play a torturer. Alright, we can. It's pretty funny. I'll never buy coppers again, that's for sure. That was just super greedy. Although I only had 2 stables, so the amount of silver I had was already probably okay for that. The 3 silvers, and what did I have? 3 silvers and a copper for 2 stables. I mean, I was going to king some of them, but 4 treasures probably was fine there. Most likely. I will cry if he doesn't use the pawns for buys this time. I'll be so sad. I should toss the king's court, but it doesn't matter. Alright, king's courts are also invulnerable to giant attacks. Stables are not so much. Alright, we'll go on to the next one. So that was... I don't know why no one can join my table. I have allow spectator. Johnson's in now. Can anyone else try to join now? Okay, so now you guys are getting in. I don't know what it was. I don't have anything set differently. Well, now Steph left again. Is it still not working for you, Steph? Or, okay, well, some people are in, so. All right. I gotta swap player order. So he won the first game. We share too many letters in common here at the start here of our names. So I don't know how to record these on my banner. I don't know. He can be T. No, that's what I use for tie. He can be I. That doesn't really make any sense, but 5-2 looks fine here because you have rays. I guess a question would be whether you need to open Sana or not. I mean, you don't need to open sauna, of course, but whether you'd like to open sauna or not. I can open, like, I guess the other thing that I would think about opening would be Jester. So that's a possibility as well. I could try and play without the saunas and build a build a Jester Curse Village build a Jester Curse Village deck. I don't know, with Skulks, I guess. I don't know, that doesn't really sound like a deck. Doesn't sound like a very good deck anyway. So 5-2 is a little tough. Not really a good way to use plan. I guess I could plan the raises. The Jester, of course, is it's not that bad here. It's not that amazing either, but let's just try it. I don't know what else to say about that. Like, I can try and let him do all the sauna work. I'm afraid that here it might still just be good enough that I don't want to let that happen. He's going to be able to fight the junking reasonably well with plans and stuff, like if he plans the saunas. So he is going to go with plan raise, which means essentially we could have done the same opening, but we didn't. I guess that's what that means. I get a pretty rotten draw. I do get to give him a copper. I know I'm gonna have not a whole lot in this next hand, so I may just do this. So he still doesn't have anything in the way of economy. We're gonna empty the raises for sure. What does Delusion do? I can't buy actions. That's okay, I'll just buy silver. He's got to buy some money, or not. He can just never buy any money. He can just play fully moneyless. I might get my Jester again here. I'm looking pretty clean. I guess I'll take a raise, sure, why not? I can't buy. I was thinking I'd buy a silver, but I actually get to buy a gold, so that's fine. His deck is raises and coppers. That's pretty weird. He is thinner than me, but not like. I mean, I'm still decently trashed. So he's gonna end up with a deck that just. Oh, he's doing poor houses. Okay, I didn't notice the poor houses. I mean, I rarely notice 100% of the board, so that's not surprising in any way. Yeah, that could work, I guess. I guess he can do you know, poorhouse stuff is probably fine. I'm still like my position better, I think. How does he buy a... Oh, with a gold, okay. That would do it. Let's get the jester. So I can trash copper, or I can blow up a raise to probably not, well, probably not guarantee, but probably draw the I don't really need 50 raises, so I'm gonna go ahead and get the skulk. Sure, I'll take that. I mean, at the very least I can actually, hey, these are auto granted now, right? Yeah, okay. At the very least I can raise them. If I had 10 I would have gone double 5, but I don't, so I'm not going to. I'm just going to take a curse village. Miserable could hurt a little bit. Well, I would like one of the cursed villages, so and now nothing happens. Hooray. I could take a cartographer and a curse villain. I don't know if I get much out of the tragic heroes. I don't know if I get much out of the jesters. His auto raises, those are eventually gonna flip. Or he'll blow them up. Somehow that draw was actually super nice with the plague. And also that one. He didn't have a jester, right? So I can just do this safely. I don't want to spend too much time building here, but I don't really know what I'm doing, so I can't tell if I want tragic heroes or not. I guess if you play Curse Village Tragic Hero, it's guaranteed to blow up. So you're never keeping them around, which doesn't mean they're bad, but I'm not sure they're worth it here. So that's all fine. Rather play the Jester first. I will take that. I will take that. I'm not going to play it, but that's going to help a lot. I don't actually know if I want to... Well, I can raise them. Yeah, I can raise them. That seems okay. His money's a little limited. So we each have one raise left now. He's certainly not at a point where he can... Well, now he is. I was going to say he's not at a point where he can buy province, but he is now because he got a gold there. But he only has one cursed village, I think. So... He keeps giving me these ones that are nice for me. I am over terminal a little badly, actually. So I may keep the raise to try and toss one of the Jesters. I assume he's just gonna take province. I would not... Okay, he's gonna do that. That's gonna make his next turn pretty tough. For money, or a little tough anyway. I mean, I guess I'll take those. They're fine-ish for me. I can blow up golds, right? Just keep... what I want is one of those. Ooh, I lost my skulk. Maybe what I want is not one of those. Can just keep going through this, I guess. Is he gonna resign? Maybe he thought it was his skulk. I don't know. Probably not. Okay, so that's the second one for me. Or second game goes to me. It's tied 1-1. This has got all the irrelevant goat. This is a pretty strange board, actually. It's going to be a little tough to play, I think. Certainly there's things you can do on mission turns. Accumulate tokens, crank out VP points. Draw is relatively limited and there's no real good way to make it work. I mean, you can have the magpies, but I guess you want magpies with like platinums and golds. You can use crypt, of course, too, some potentially. But But otherwise the draw is just not there. I guess you could try and skip donate here. I've never done that. I don't imagine it actually works, but sort of how you ramp up to high value treasures, which is really where your focus is probably got to be, is not obvious to me. Because so much of the board is underwhelming. Well, I can do this because it's gonna get done anyway. You can also mission to pay off. Well, that's a little hard to manage unless you buy the mission and the donate on the same turn, which may not actually advantage you all that much. I don't think I'm not sure. So that's what I was going to think about, is what does the turn 2 donate do for you? Presumably you just buy monuments and then buy a... It wouldn't be bad to get a turn where you can buy a candlestick maker, but that doesn't actually work out. So what do you get with the turn 2? You have $6 the next hand, which you pay off debt by nothing. Then the next turn you have 6, you can buy gold. Or you could like trash and buy a bazaar, or like a candlestick maker or something. Like here I could buy a candlestick maker and hope I get the mission donate. That wouldn't be that useful, but that would be the option maybe. Take a candlestick maker, buy mission, or if you drew that you could do mission donate. Which is going to be pretty close to just doing a donate. And that only works even if you draw the thing. If you have miracle draw, it's pretty good. On the other hand, if I'm just following him, what is going to differentiate me? This is so... Oh man. I did get a really nice draw for it. Like the best possible draw for it. How many of those do I keep? 2 coppers, right? No, wait. 3, no, 2 copper. 2 coppers ago, okay. Well, I have a teeny tiny points lead. That's something, right? He buy a gold here or something. Like, it can't be that bad just to be the person who gets what am I trying to say? Who knows? Who just gets a platinum and goes? Like, that's got to be all right. What do I have total? 5, 8. So I could buy a 5 potentially if I wanted to be that person. Or I can save a token, get another point, end up with 2 tokens and a 4th point for no buy, basically. Could swap a copper for a silver, which doesn't really cost me much. Well, it does actually cost me a little bit. It cost me 2 tokens. But it would let me buy a gold the following turn. I don't really know what I'm doing at all. What are we up to now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. Not enough. My only nice thing so far is that I'm on top of the trashing a little bit better than him, though he is getting there, and he's also keeps drawing this stuff anyway, so not a huge deal. I'm not too unhappy to be the guy with the candlestick maker, to be honest. That part I can live with. He did not draw his platinum there, so that's nice for me. I didn't draw the goat, which is nice for me as well. I feel okay. I feel okay about my position. I would prefer to hit. I think I would prefer to gain the magpie. If I hit the monument, I think that would be good for me here. Versus just drawing a bunch of money. Though that's fine. Drawing a bunch of money is fine. The second platinum may have not been my best buy. I mean, I might be better off playing more of the board. I don't know here whether I ought to just follow him in on this. Or what exactly I should do. I can just follow him in on it. Basically with the hope that my buy at the end is what will let me pass him. Or give me some flexibility on that anyway. But if I build too much, I worry. I worry about my longevity somewhat. Which is maybe unfounded. But nonetheless. So we didn't find the candlestick maker. We can toss a bunch of... I guess we could, if we're just buying colony, we don't need both the platinums. So we could put one platinum in there and trigger is maybe okay. So that didn't quite work out the way I would have necessarily wanted it to, but so I'm already not so terribly far away from double colony, though I could also mission here and help clear out this this shuffle that's maybe not so nice and potentially get a little bit of stuff out of it. That's pretty good, actually. It scored me a point. I got another token down. I didn't get any magpies, which would have been the best thing, but or maybe the nicest thing, but I guess we can't do anything else there. Nonetheless, I feel fine about my chances. This is going to gain a magpie. I could do another mission. Which will score me a point and then again potentially gain me some magpies. Not today. I don't know if the goat is worth keeping or not. That's something I could do. I could donate just to trash the goat here, but I don't think I want to do that. Now I don't want to gain magpies. Though potentially I do end up doing that. Here it's hard for him to even call any because I already have the edge in the monument points. So I don't even have to find the candlestick maker. I don't have to find anything. If he colonies, I just have it in hand already. And I don't know that there are really any draws where I wouldn't, but like province for him, if that's what he's got, is not scary either. Remodel is probably probably the right play, but anyway, I think I just have the well, I don't have the double. I can I mean, that was good. That was the right buy for him. He still has to draw it in hand, so that's a little tough. I can colony province. Which seems pretty safe. I got the warehouse in this next hand, so that's pretty good. And there's a platinum. This is it, right? Yeah. So I think I probably underplayed the board a bit too. Still, I think you can do more with mission than I was doing there. Well, I know you can do more with mission than I was doing there. I think it probably would be worth it to do a little bit more. At least it seems like to me. I did get, of course, I bought that candlestick maker, and then I got the perfect shuffle, so that was lucky too. Definitely. So I had the 2-5 here, which is reasonably good. I get 2 points. Summon is, there's not great summon targets. Jack is not a great summon target. Skulk is not a great summon target. What I don't know is whether I probably just go with the den, right? I don't really like the Skulk opening that much. He buys a silver, which is fine. At some point, I need to stop buying dens and buy like a replacer, a governor or something. Maybe at the point where I've drawn another den in hand. So this is not that great, but I get it. And maybe that should have been a third den, I'm not really certain. Not at all certain here, anyway. You can cobbler skulks, that's kind of cute. I was thinking if I got 4 I might buy a skulk, but not gonna do that. Just gonna buy silver. Because Skulk to like Harem is pretty nice. Or Skulk to whatever is pretty nice. I guess I can put a Skulk on top. I'm not 100% sure on that. Oh, I don't really want the Skulk on top that badly anyway, so that's all fine. He gets a replace, which seems neat. Can put a governor on top. May get another. We seem to be avoiding the governors. I don't really know if that's right or not, or if we're just kind of playing silly. I don't plan to avoid the governors forever, but I don't think the vineyards do a whole lot for you. War, so I don't. It's not a huge hit, but or a hugely good hit even, but. But it's probably pretty nice. It's going to be those bath points. That's what's going to do it for me. Okay. I don't know how we're playing this. This is... I'm not at all convinced by what we've done so far. It's been very strange. A discard hex could be devastating after a governor's. We haven't seen one yet. Well, really just poverty. The other one is not, just one card is not too bad. So. We'll just have to see. I will defensive skulk into governor if he remodels. That's another, yeah, I should probably be going, well, that's not clear anyway. I should be thinking about it at the very least. I think I probably have waited a little long on greening. We should probably be seriously thinking about that. We'll see if he... Oh, not yet. He might buy one. He does have more of the dens. So the goal here will probably be to double province. I think. Well, it's either got to be to double province or to empty governors, and that would be okay too. Both his skulks are in the trash, guys. What do I have in my list? I could play the skulk and hope I get poverty. I mean, I could go for the double province. He probably doesn't have to draw me anything if he doesn't want to. I don't know if he has many golds. That's going to affect the turns a lot. Or the turn a lot. How many governors did I play? 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's got 4, so he's played 2 of them already. I'm hoping to just lower the provinces a lot. He may go for some duchies here, actually. Wouldn't be unreasonable, I don't think. I have to think about whether the skulk is better just taking a 5 while I can, or whether it's worth if he does remodel with province, that is. Because I could take it, I could turn it into an inn, or not an inn, jeez, Den of Sin. If I think I'm going to need another turn after this one. Well, I certainly will. I don't think he's going to gain that much here. So the question is, can I get to double province again? And if I do, is that sufficient? Well, we gotta draw some. Because we can also do, if we take 3, if we mill 1, that's probably okay. Or that's probably good enough. Just killing a lot of points is probably alright here. Double yeah. Yeah, that looks pretty safe. He's gonna have to get a lot of duchies anyway. And he doesn't have that many silvers, so. I don't have any defensive trashing I can do. So in theory, he should just like get as many duchies as he can here, and not province. Well, obviously not province. Let's say if he did have some silver in hand. He doesn't have a lot of silver. I don't think. Maybe he has some still. Drawing is kind of his riskiest proposition. He doesn't have a skulk, so that's gonna be a little hard for him. I'm only drawing 2 cards, so I'm not actually that likely to province if he doesn't help me more. I basically have to draw the replace or get really lucky because I have to find a couple governors because my hand size is just not going to be that good. And I don't have any golds anymore. I just have those. I have a few silvers now that were in the shuffle. So those will help. But I mean, if I found a governor, it wouldn't be that necessarily that far out to make it happen. His problem is he's got a lot of golds. And not so many silvers. I mean, he can replace golds into duchies as well, so that's not he's not out of it. I don't think he can end it this turn, and so I have to hope to find something, but which I just have a lot of junk in the deck still. I have 4 provinces, a curse, some estates, those dens, 2 dens, which are junk. It's gonna be gold to duchy, I guess, yeah. That's all he can do. But if I totally flop, then he's got a good shot. I assume he just has 1 den down, so that's not that great. I just have to draw. Okay. All right. So I'm up 3-1, so now a tie or better will be sufficient. We got another mission board in which I think mission is probably getting a fair amount of play. possibly. You have to figure out some way to get pathfinding on your hamlets, I guess. You gotta find some way to have hamlets. I suppose that would be buying them. And then you have to figure out whether you want miser or not, I guess. I'm thinking Lone Conclave is probably the opening here. That seems reasonable. I'm not super eager about lurkers, although... Oh, you can lurk squires, can't you? Yeah. Never mind. You gotta do that. That's a bummer. I do still think you're gonna open lone. I mean, you do want the goons. You don't have to have 50 of them. That's something I would miss almost always. So I guess I'm gonna open lurkers lone, since lurker reads gain of goons, basically. Not quite, but close enough. You could also, I guess, mission the you could open lurker miser. Young witch, what's the bane? Lone. Oh, that's what I bought. That's cool. Yeah, young witch is alright. It could open double bane. I didn't actually think about this aspect of it. I kind of skipped over young witch visually. I'll try a young witch. I do need a lurker very badly. So hopefully he has his young witch. Excellent. Trash. That was not a great shuffle. I may get a second loan. I would mission as if I were him, for sure. I think I should have just gone with the lone lurker, but whatever. Done is done. I do like a mission for him. We'll see what he gets. I'm gonna feel the goons for sure when they go. My loans are gonna hit loans for sure. We're gonna draw lurker here, and then I still think I would mission. You've got lots of things that can do stuff on non-mission turns, or on mission turns. You can gain more goons and stuff, so. If nothing else, I guess you just shuffled through a garbage hand. So that was an excellent young witch draw. He blocks, but that's okay. Trash. This would be mission for me for sure. Get my goons. This is not like the best shuffle ever, but it's okay. I will probably play the goons and buy a conclave. Somehow you have to figure out a way to get pathfinding on something. And I guess the way is just to have conclaves. And like this is what made the miser somewhat appealing. Is mainly its pathfinding abilities. I think you probably just take the second goons. I don't think you need to get a squire yet. You could take a pillage, I guess. That might be a way to hit pathfinding. I don't really like it, but I don't know how this controls which. So we'll see if he missions. He gets another conclave. You can pathfinding on your mission turn, so that's not if you have some reason to suspect you're about to be rolling in money, that's something you can do for sure. I think here I'm going to take a journeyman. He gets another loan. That's fine, I guess. And another lurker. That doesn't inspire me as much. The second lurker. So far my loans have hit very, very, very well. I need to start picking up hamlets. I'm just not seeing it to be that heavy in lurkers. I guess I'll play here. That was not a very good friendly reshuffle, but those have continued to be just amazing. So many lurkers. He doesn't have draw. That's bad luck for him. I think this lone luck is just going to probably carry me through. I hope so anyway. Because it just keeps on running. So I could mission here. That would give me a... did I flip Necro? I didn't flip Necro. So Necro and Journeyman are in there. I could also go Hamlet Squire. And try and hit it on the next turn. Good thing here is, of course, he doesn't have... he's not goonsing me at the moment, so that's pretty useful. I could try and take a squire from the trash. I don't need another goons right in this instant. Probably. I mean, what's my goon status? I have another village, so I could play it if I drew a couple, so that's all right. That's not a bad deal at all. I guess I name Hovel, or do I think I only have... I mean, I guess I can... Apparently I should have named Overgrown Estate. Alright. Don't want to discard those things. This didn't pan out in the way that I wished, but I am gonna finish off if I do have 2 coppers, which I didn't think I did. Okay, so the coppers are gone. That was just my attempt to hit 8, basically. I'm going to take a curse here. Now I have another attempt, I guess, to hit 8. If he doesn't goons me. Which I assume he will. No, he doesn't. Okay. So I actually have an okay shot at that. Well, he's going to goons me on the mission, for sure. So, not such an okay shot. Since there are still 2 goons in there, I'm gonna go for those. That might be wrong, but play the journeyman, and I will name a hovel. I guess I could name lone. That's not that useful. So we do get the 2 goons. We can trash this other lone probably. Bit sad to not hit the pathfinding, but not surprising at all. So let's try Hamlet. So there's a maybe Squire Journeyman is the bell at play. I don't think a copper at this point is worth it. So I don't... This turn is likely to not do anything. Pretty likely. Pretty unlikely to do anything, I suppose is what I mean. I still gotta get to 8 somehow. So I'm gonna add the conclave here. It's a bit too many of the villages to feel like I can mission successfully. We are gonna 3-pile at some point. I could double Hamlet in anticipation. Be pretty optimistic. Next hand could be quite sad. Got the squire though, so that's nice. I am taking the curses. That's not as nice. What did I shuffle last? Okay. So there's a goons in here that I probably won't be able to play. Though I guess there's also like a hovel in there. Unless I've mistaken something. Too bad there's not like a villa in the too bad there's not a villa in the trash. I think I'm gonna take one of these lurkers. They're not amazing, but this next hand is not great. Oh, but I can try for the... Let's try for it. I mean, they'll give us shots at pathfinding, so let's take them. Not very good shots, but trashing's good. So we didn't get to anything exciting. Actually, all this is just yeah, I can play 6, but 6 doesn't help me. And he's already discarded, so it doesn't really... There's nothing to gain from this. Didn't find the journeyman, so... Be much happier if we had conclave with journeyman here. Oh well. So he's got 2 hamlets. I feel like that many goons is just not the play. I don't feel like it gets you to what you want, but maybe it does. Oh, I can click on curse. Alright, well, let's try for it. We did hit what we wanted. And we do get to flip the obviously there's a bit of a question of where to put it. I can put it on various things. Hamlet is the one that ultimately will be like the most inspiring, I think, but immediately it doesn't do a huge amount for me. Maybe it should have been squires. I don't really know. This will just be double Hamlet for sure. I could have bought a copper. I guess I could have bought a copper and it would have... I think it might have been able to give me a bad shuffle. I'm not sure what... The copper might have been a free 4 points, to be honest. I didn't actually stop and check that out. I'd have to have checked the status of the deck. Yeah, I think it would have been okay. I think I had triggered a shuffle, so I think it would have been... Everything was in deck, so it would have just revealed all this stuff and then found the... Yeah, that would have been a free 4 points. That would have been quite nice, actually. He still has 2 coppers. I like this. I'm a fan of that. Oh yeah, I should have got 4 more points there. I hope he gets another Goons. I don't think he can really use it. 3 lurkers is just so many. I mean, what those gains are nice-ish, but to draw through them is hard. So he's 1 copper left. Yeah, I should have made a copper buy. I'm not gonna do it here, but there may be other times where I get a chance to. He does have, if he does ever get to a point where he's drawing well, the lurkers are nice pile control as far as you can eliminate the squires and the goons at the same time. I don't think he can really put out that many buys here, but he's not like so far away from that, possibly, with like a mission turn as well. And the journeymen are also very low. So I assume he's going to mission here. Fortunately for me, I have a points lead. And I have Hamlet. I have 3 labs. 3 little super labs. He has more journeymen. So he just goes for conclave. That's fine. That's nice. I'm gonna go with not discarding this particular set of things. Seems reasonable. Okay. So I can't buy the copper here unless I want to like do something else. But I could lower the... I guess I should check for wins. I don't think there's anything. there's just not yet. It's not obvious to me how to play this at all, because the coppers are really not, I can't buy them right now. I could trash a lurker. It kind of opens up a potential 3-pile if he draws really, really well. I think the bottom cards are worth flipping. I feel like he can pile if he draws exceptionally well, but I don't think that's in the cards for him. And I don't think this starting point is going to get him anywhere. Of course, I block, so I feel pretty good about my odds here of finishing. I may not end it on my turn, but I will be able to score more and get a little further along. It would be funny if he found the young witch now after I toss the loan. That would be pretty funny. He'll definitely be able to get his I guess I shouldn't say definitely. He might be able to get his okay, now I can say definitely. He'll definitely be able to get his pathfinding here. But he can't score any points. Besides that one. Besides that point. I have now 7 Hamlets, so assuming I see very few of them at all, I'll be able to finish, I think. I don't know if he's going to pathfind, maybe the journeyman. The lurker, huh? Okay. Well, that's something. This is not a win yet. This is closer. This is probably there. No, not quite. I don't have to use these for actions yet because, well, I just don't, basically. This will be finished, though. This is too much stuff. This is already a win, so. Alright, so that's that match. Thank you all for watching. I'm going to play DG in the next one, so that should be a good one. Haven't played DG in a long time. But I guess I'll see you all later.